Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. And this will be the last episode I do for ever. I'm done. No more. Ever. In fact, no more videos. I'm done. I quit YouTube. Bye bye. Okay. I joke. I kid. No, for real though, this is going to be the last one I do tonight. This is X-Ray. Season 1, Episode 4. And this one was better. This one introduced I wouldn't call her a recurring villain, as she only shows up one more time. Tina Greer, played by Lizzie Kaplan. Yes, an early role for Lizzie Kaplan here. We know her from Cloverfield and The Masters of Sex and Hot Tub Time Machine. But here she plays Tina Greer, who has the ability to change her anyone she wants. And it's a big part of the episode, but the episode's title comes from the fact that, if you haven't figured out, this is where Clark gets his X-ray vision. So we have this episode starts with Lex Luthor robbing a bank. But of course, it's not Lex Luthor. It's revealed to be Tina Greer. It's weird because this happens in a lot of shows or one-off stuff. You get one-off characters that show up that it seems like people have known their entire lives. Like, Tina Greer is a character that everybody on the show knows who they are. They know her mom. It's very weird, but this is her first appearance on the show. And, so we're introduced to her, that she stole money, and, I didn't realize this happened all so quickly. The bank is robbed, and then, we cut back to Tina's house. Her mom has a conversation with her because she found the money. She accidentally falls down the stairs, and then she goes to call the cops, and she realizes she wants to keep the money, so she doesn't. And then we get the opening credits, and I haven't mentioned this, but the theme song, the Smallville theme song, is a banger. Yeah, it is. Somebody save me. It is a banger, man. We didn't get it in the first episode, but it starts with the second episode. I've got to mention that in that review. Oh, really? Stop it. Man, I am tired. That's why this is going to be the last one, because I just want to relax the rest of the night. I didn't really do anything or go anywhere. Hung out with my friend for the day. I didn't go anywhere. He came here, there are several plots in this. The main plot is Tina Greer figuring out what's going on, why she can throw Clark through a window. And she does, because she robs the bank as Lex, runs into Clark and throws him through a window. And then we cut to Tina Greer's house. So because of this, one of the side plots, we got a B plot and a C plot in this episode. B plot, Lex is, of course, framed for this, and so this reporter named Roger Nixon shows up, which we'll see him again. He wants to extort Lex for money, saying, hey, this story's already in the paper, but what about Club Zero? That will come back in the episode 0. We will get to that in episode 0 down the line in season 1, but that's a hint towards it. And just to kind of go through this B plot, he is wants to extort him for money for this, blackmail him basically. But when Nixon comes to collect the money, Lex goes, you leave this house, and you leave that money, and I'll erase you. He's like, what are you talking about? Are you gonna kill me? He goes, no. I'm gonna make sure that you don't exist. All your credit cards, bank stuff, fingerprints, everything gone. You will cease to exist. And he's like, I also know that your brother works for the youth criminal record or whatever. And, maybe he'll lose his job. So he gets to keep his money. I was surprised there wasn't the side plot with Lionel showing up to, you know, talk to Lex about the robbery, but yes, we find out that when Tina was 3, or when Tina was a kid, she had bone issues, but it stopped when she was 3, which was when the meteor shower happened. So they're starting to get to this, the meteor showers have something to do with it. Meteor rocks have something to do with it. So, I remember this was the episode that I realized that Pete didn't know Clark's secret yet. Remember I read this and I just assumed Pete already knew. But he doesn't, because Clark gets his X-ray vision, and it's really funny when he gets it, because he first gets it when he's thrown through the window by Tina, and then they do the rope climb, which I was never able to do because I'm too fat to do it. I mean, I was thinner in high school, but still, I wasn't able to do it. Heights were not my forte, but when it happens again, he falls down, and he sees through the girls' locker room. Now, this can be problematic, because it's not just like he sees through the girls' locker room and they're in their underwear. He sees Lana undressed. She comes out in a towel, and she takes it down. Of course, you don't see it, but he just looks, and he's like... So, he has seen Lana naked, for all intents and purposes. That's problematic nowadays. People would see that and go, but back in 2001, he's a joke, he's funny. But now, I don't know. I mean, before I'd watch this and I'd smile, but you know what? 2023 has got me. And I saw that, and I didn't smile this time. I went, oh, that's not right. Oh. But, yeah. So he tells his parents what's going on, and they say, well, you just have to practice like you did with your legs when you got your super speed. So he does eventually, and he finds the money in Tina Greer's locker. I understand not keeping it at home, but like in your locker at school, find some secret place to do it. I mean, lockers are secret places, but still, come on. But no. Eventually, he anonymously calls the cops, and that's when shit hits the fan. And at this point, Tina is far gone. She wants to be with Lana, like she wants to be friends with her, but she's come across as too clingy, too obsessed. Why are you so obsessed with me? And to the point that she's like buying the same sweater Lana has and copying her necklace, and yeah, and she makes up because, you know, she accidentally killed her mom. But my mom's gonna move to Metropolis, and she wants me to finish my school here a year, so we thought it would be cool if I lived with you and Nell. And Lana obviously is not comfortable with this. And, you know, Whitney's already kind of put off by her. Oh, look, it's your twin. Whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm like your best friend. And I'm like, bitch, this is your first time we ever see you. You were not mentioned in the previous 3 episodes. Best friend. Anyway, so, yeah, so, Clark, so there's a whole thing, I don't know why I say Clark, so, in the C plot, there's a C plot in this episode, Lana is still at odds with Nell after quitting being a cheerleader, but she finds out Nell has been lying to her because her mom didn't want to be a cheerleader either. She wanted to move on. So her B plot is talking to Chloe and finding this valedictorian speech her mom gave. That apparently was so controversial it wasn't even printed in the newspapers back then. 1977, I guess it was. But yeah, this is resolved with her listening to it in the truck, so... Is it Whitney's truck? Or is it just a truck? It's her truck. They are in Kansas. The confrontation with Tina, though, is... So, it's weird happens. Tina shows up as Lana, and you see this, and you see Lana show up, and you're like, she's acting weird. Nah, it's Tina. She pushes Clark, knocks him down. Why she attacks Clark? Maybe she's jealous of Clark. You know, I don't know. But Clark knows it's Tina Greer. She's her transform. And then, back in Tina, I should say. And then, Lana eventually shows up, and he's a little thrown off by it, but it is Lana this time. Because Tina has shown up at school looking like Lana and convinces Whitney to give her his jacket so he could turn in. So she could turn into Whitney and confront Lana and then just turn back into Tina. And then turn back into Whitney to fight Clark. I don't know why I can't think of the name. To fight Clark, I brain fart. So I'm taking a break the rest of the night. Excuse me. And she has the necklace, Lana's necklace. She took it off of Lana. And she put him in a casket, the mausoleum, whatever you want to call it. She put Lana in there. And she beats Clark, but then she takes the jacket off, and with it goes the necklace because it was in her pocket. And also, I should mention Clark, before the real Lana shows up, is trying to use his X-ray vision to go through the box that Lex gave him. But we Superman fans know that Superman, Clark, whatever, his powers don't work with lead. So, yeah, can't see through lead. Just like the kryptonite can't get to him through lead. So, but in the jacket it still works. But he's able to fight back. And the reason that she's looks like Whitney is so we can have the fight scene, because you can't do back then you couldn't do a man and versus woman fight scene. Now I think you could do it, but back then no. But he knocks her out, and she turns back into Tina, and Clark saves Lana from the mausoleum thing, and then we get they're like I think it's Nell's place, the farm, and Lana reconnects with Whitney because Clark saves the day, but Whitney gets her. It's a kind of a recurring thing during this season. Like Clark will save her, even in episode 2 where he technically saved her, but then Whitney shows up and rescues her from the treehouse. So, yeah. But, yeah. And, like I said, the episode ends with Lana listening to the tape. So, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5 Superman 3.5 Superman logos out of 5. I think it's good. It's definitely better than Hothead, but it's not as good as Metamorphosis or the pilot. Metamorphosis was 3, wasn't it? It's decent for an episode. It lays out the foundation for one of Superman's big powers, or Clark's big powers, is the X-ray vision. So, So, I don't think we get another superpower unlock until season 2, and that's the heat vision. We already got 2 technically. We got the super strength and invulnerability, and now the X-ray vision, and now we just sort of deal with what we have, But yeah, I think it's a solid episode. It's probably one of the best of this season. It's memorable because of Tina Greer. I think her second episode in season 2 is more remembered. But this was a decent introduction. I just wish she would have shown up more, been like a recurring nemesis. And like I said, I feel like Lionel would have been more involved with this episode. With, Lex was accused of robbing the bank. And Lionel doesn't do anything. Doesn't even send Dominic down. No. His confrontation is with Roger Nixon, this reporter guy. we'll come back to later. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this episode? Don't comment so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'm taking a break for the rest of the night. I need to. You can tell I keep yawning. And my throat's a little sore, not only these reviews, but like hanging out with my friend earlier. We were laughing and everything and goofing, and my throat just is a little sore. So, thank you for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.